What's up, everybody? Johan, the gym monk here, and today I'm going to discuss why treadmills suck. Well, maybe they have some uses, but in general. Now, when we're trying to get more fit, more healthy, become more active, this really applies to somebody that's a bit more sedentary. If you're already very fit and healthy, this is probably not the video for you. But if you're trying to get healthy, if you're trying to implement more lifestyle changes, you're trying to transform your health and improve, then I'm going to give you a few ways to start and a couple of tips, and maybe why you don't want to start by either getting a gym membership and jumping on a treadmill for hours a day or many hours a week, and why you just might want to change where you're parking. When we're talking about incremental lifestyle changes, human beings are very resistant to change. We have a lot of momentum that comes with us. And so if you try and implement a very big change very quickly, in other words, you go from, let's say, having a desk job to a construction job, you're going to experience a lot of fatigue very quickly. Or if you go from exercising not at all to exercising 7 days a week for an hour at a high intense level, you're going to be pretty broken because you haven't adapted to that change, and it's going to be difficult to stick to. So how many people that you know will start with their New Year's resolutions, and maybe for January or February they'll do well because their willpower can hold out that amount of time, but then they burn up all of their willpower and they go right back to where they were before. Today, I'm going to give you a much more sustainable way to create positive lifestyle transformations. And again, it's not getting on a treadmill. It's doing simple things like parking further away from your destination. Now, if you're somebody, let's say, for example, you work a desk job, you have to go into the office every day. When you get to work, park as far away from the building as possible so that you're forced to do a few minutes of cardio just walking to the front door. There, you're already getting maybe 5 minutes. If you extend that by walking the stairs instead of taking an elevator, for example, you can extend that to maybe 10 minutes of cardio that you've just included as part of your lifestyle. Now, you stack that with maybe parking a bit further when you're at the grocery store, maybe driving a little less and walking a little bit more. It's about adding activities that are harmonious with your lifestyle and that you'll be able to keep a sustained effort and a sustained change. Let's say, for example, you're a mother and you're trying to maybe get a bit more active, lose a little bit of weight. You can incorporate activities with your children, duties and other responsibilities you already have, and just slightly alter them to improve the healthfulness and helpfulness of those activities. For example, a very easy thing that everybody can implement today is that after you eat, go for a 10-minute walk. Or if you're too busy to walk for 10 minutes, implement 10 minutes of standing activity. Instead of eating your meal and sitting in front of the television for 30 minutes or an hour, and then having to go and do the ironing, for example, or wash the dishes or finish a presentation for work tomorrow, whatever the other responsibilities are that you have, you can change these and modify these. So for example, you could stand and work at your laptop after dinner or after a meal. Perhaps you're at work and you've just finished your lunch break, and let's say they only give you 30 minutes. So you've basically got to eat and then you've almost got to be right back to work. Well, perhaps you can find a way to incorporating a standing activity at work, or even standing at potentially a standing desk or other optimized situations so that you can sort of manipulate your environment to allow you to be more active and healthy. 3 simple tips I'm going to give you are to walk often, park far away from your destination, and don't sit. Stand wherever possible. And simply by implementing tiny changes into your lifestyle, you can achieve massive results. I myself only do maximum about 30 minutes of cardio per day, and that will be 3 10-minute walks after my meals. Now, I went on a hiking trip with some friends and absolutely smoked everyone's cardiovascular capacity, even though I barely do any official cardio. I don't get on a treadmill. I don't typically run. I ran yesterday for the first time, I think in like 6 months or a year. I don't do a stationary bike. I don't do a lot of cardio activities, but I'm very active. I garden. I walk a lot. I hike every now and then, although not that often. I have a standing desk. So instead of sitting down and doing computer work, instead of sitting down and checking your emails, you could stand instead, which would send the body a very different signal. When we sit down, the body becomes sedentary and stagnant, and everything slows down. Now, if you're trying to get more active and more energetic, then that's not what you want to be doing. You don't want to be living in sedentary behavior too regularly. So overall, what we really want to do is try and become more active and make activity a part of our lifestyle. A standing desk, parking a little bit further away, walking a little bit more, finding excuses to move, right? If you're at work and you're supposed to be sitting at a desk, find an excuse to go take a patch of papers to somebody so that you can walk, and try and disperse those out between the day. There's always ways that we can change our environment to be more optimal to us, and that doesn't involve a treadmill or even necessarily a gym membership, at least at first. So I hope that encourages and helps you guys make health and fitness and movement a daily part of every part of your life. Try and move more and more frequently, and you're going to get great results. You're going to feel better, and then you might actually be motivated enough to get a gym membership, at which point you should still avoid the treadmill. I hope everyone's having a great week. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again soon.